Good morning, 7th and 8th grade. It is Monday, May the 4th. So I'm wearing my Star Wars shirt. Hopefully some of you guys are. I know Gabe definitely repping the Star Wars today. So, yeah, hooray. We'll be doing some fun stuff in class probably around that, or you just have to listen to me talk about it if we were at school. But we're not, so hopefully you're listening to me talk about it briefly on this video. It is the start of a new week for us. We only have a few more weeks of school coming up, but this week's field trip is to the Heard Museum, and some of you may have actually been there. I know I've taken my kids there, so at least one of my students has been there because my kid is in our class. The Heard Museum is down in Phoenix, and they have a wide variety of Native American art in their collection. A lot of it is from the Southwest, obviously, because we're in Arizona, but there is stuff from other places as well. So they have exhibits of Native American art and cultural items from the Northwest, from the East Coast, etc. So it's a very interesting place to go, and they have a lot of very vibrant events that they run there. I know one of the times that I went was for, they had a specialty exhibit of Frida Kahlo's artwork, and she was a very noted Mexican painter. So too was her husband, Diego Rivera. So if you know much about art, which probably not a lot of you do, we would actually be getting into some of that right now because tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. So I'm supposed to teach you some about Mexican culture, which a lot of you are much better experts on than I am. And a lot of that is influenced by Native American aspects because the culture of Mexico is very much a mix of those Native American cultural traits that already existed, and then the Spanish influence with it. So this seemed like a reasonable time to cover some of that, especially since Arizona used to be part of Mexico, which we talked about briefly, or I talked about in one of these videos briefly before. So I hope that you enjoy your virtual field trip there. Really, I'm just asking you to watch a couple videos on their website. The one I personally recommend is the hoop dancing. I think it's really exciting to watch that. I would love to go to the Hoop Dance World Championship that they host down there sometime. If it's something that you're more interested in, you can always go on YouTube, find some more videos of it, because what they do is really impressive, honestly. The regalia that they wear, fantastic, so detailed, and what they're able to do with those hoops is just incredible. So I enjoyed watching that one. You can watch the one that's on their website also, or you can pick some of the other stuff. There's some different craft videos where they show you how the artisans actually create some of the work that they do. So those are really neat. And then I'm asking you to pick out one of the printable crafts that they have on there to do yourself. So if we were able to go on a field trip to the Heard Museum, they have a lot of those printed throughout the museum. So when you are learning about the, for example, the importance of hummingbirds and what they represent, when you're in that section of the museum, that's where they have the paper hummingbird craft, and you can actually either take it with you, or you can spend time just in that area and immersing yourself by doing the craft there. So we can't be there, but you can. Sorry, there's a bird flying around outside here. Well, I am outside, but you know, it's over. Anyway, that way you can bring a little bit of it home. So if you are able to print at home, you can pick any of the crafts that they have on there. There's a burden basket. There's a, I know there's the hummingbird. There's quite a few, and they're fun. I think I have over the years, between doing them with my kids and scouts, I think I've probably done all of their crafts. Some of them are more challenging to do, but they're all fun. And you get a little bit of an idea of, if it's this challenging with something that is pre-planned out for you and you're just cutting and pasting some paper, how difficult is that for people to go out and choose the materials and select what they're going to use and then plan their project and make these items. So if you were in 7th grade and you were in my 6th grade class last year, or even if you were in Monsa's class last year, they came along with us. We went on a field trip to the Smoke Eye Museum in Prescott, and we learned a little bit about that. You got to see some of that. So think back to that, kind of channel some of that, and I hope you enjoy your project this week. That's pretty much it, I think, for this week. We have field trip, art project, you have a current event to do, and then show up in our Zoom meeting, or send me work, or talk on the Google Classroom. Everything's posted in Google Classroom, so it should be very easy for you to access. You just go in there, and like I was explaining before, you can just click, and anything that is a template, it will bring up a new template for you. So like the current events, you click it, it'll just come up and bring it up in your Google Docs, and then you can just type right onto the template. And yeah, it's really easy. So I'm thinking those of you in 7th grade, you're probably going to be using that again next year in 8th grade. Well, I know you're doing current events, but I'm probably going to assign them just through Google Classroom like that, because it's going to be way easier for you to do. We don't have to print out the stuff every week. I can attach what the question is, and it should make all of our lives way easier. So, probably a good time to get yourself familiar with it. Start utilizing that if you have not already. And hopefully, I will see you on Zoom on Wednesday. Today, I'm going to be going into the school. All your teachers are going to be there. If you're an 8th grader, we're cleaning out your lockers, friends. So hopefully there's not stuff in there that's not supposed to be, because if there is, we're going to find it. But we're going to be packing up your stuff using the most care that we can and having it ready so that the school can contact your family and let you know when is going to be an appropriate time to come by and pick up your things, because you're going on to high school, so you're not coming back next year, and we want to make sure that you got your stuff. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing you guys Wednesday. And yeah, if you have questions, contact me.